Today I'm going to show you how to fold this. It's a paper Frisbee, and I believe it's the first of its kind because it actually flies like a Frisbee. I've seen ninja stars and boomerangs before, but this is a real paper Frisbee, so I'm going to show you how this flies real quick, and then I'll show you how to fold it. Alright. And there we go. That was pretty awesome, and I do have to note this is a different one. It's a bit bigger that I just used, just so you can see it. And also they do wear down pretty quickly if you can see the corners, so I wouldn't recommend it for any outside use actually, because the water and the weather, the wind probably blows it off course pretty easily. It's pretty light. So yeah, now on to the folding. And I have a few notes to make. If you're going to make something any bigger than this, you might want to use construction paper instead of origami paper because it's a little bit thicker, a little bit sturdier. It'll add more weight, so it'll fly more like a real Frisbee and the air currents won't affect it. If you're making something small, then origami paper is pretty nice. And you can just throw them with 2 fingers instead of with all 4, because that's sort of weird. And now, without further ado, let's get on to folding. This module takes 8 pieces, so 4 of each color if you're going to alternate colors like I like to do. And now I'm going to show you how to fold the first module. All the modules are the same, so you can just follow these instructions 8 times, or as many as you have to memorize it. We're going to start with the white side up, and we're going to fold a diagonal crease like this as a valley fold. Let's see if you can see there. Yeah. Make sure those top 2 points are aligned. And we're good. And unfold that. Then for the other crease this way, we're going to flip it over and fold it so that the white side is on the outside. If you're using single-sided origami paper. Now you have 2 creases. You want to make sure the valley fold crease is the vertical one, not the mountain fold. That doesn't work. And we're going to fold this bottom right side so that it aligns with the center. That bottom point real accurate. Alright, and now we're going to fold along this middle crease. So make sure those top 2 points meet. Okay, now flip it over to the other side. We're going to make this side right here align with the center again, just like this. Now, for the last step, we're going to take this bottom point, move it right over there, and crease. And after you fold that, just let that lay open, and that's your first module done. Alrighty. And now I'm going to show you how to put them together. As you can see, I have folded all my 8 modules here. All there, and now I'm going to take 2 of these and I'll show you how to put them together. The way I'm going to describe this is there are tabs and pockets on these 2 pieces, these modules, and simply put, the tabs, these things, they go inside the pockets, which are right there and right there. So now I'll show you, I guess there's about 3 steps in here. First, we want to make sure both of the modules are in the same orientation. And now, if you see on the back here, there's this little flap right here. This is a tab. We're going to stick that inside of this flap or pocket, like that. And we're going to make sure these 2 points at the bottom match up. That's going to be the center of our Frisbee. And now, this extra piece out here that doesn't quite fit, this is another tab. It's going to go in the other pocket. Right, like that. You might have to stretch or bend the paper to fit those two in. And now, our last little step, make sure those are nice and tight, and then we're opening this up, and we're going to put this little tab into this pocket and close that back up, and we have 2 pieces connected. And now I'm going to connect all the other pieces in a ring on camera, just sped up, because you can just go back and look at this part if you get stuck later on. Oh, and it's worth mentioning, once you get to about 5 modules, they'll start to overlap on the other side. You can just go ahead and fold this behind the first module, and then when you go to, when you go to connect the last step in these, these are both behind, you can just flip this to the other side and take this little piece, shove it in right there. That's the same place as it would go otherwise. Just looks a little bit different. And now I'm going to keep going. Alright, I'm at the 8th piece. I just connected these first 2 tabs, and I'm going to slit this in the back. This is the final piece. So now, as you can see, we're in a ring, but there's one last thing to do. We have to connect the last piece to the first piece. We're going to do that the same way as every other time, except it might be a little confusing because it's this piece getting connected on both sides, but it's really just the same thing. This, don't forget to put this in the back. Ah, come on. There we go. And now, this might look all pretty and all, but we're not quite finished. There's one last step. This might fly, I haven't tried it, but it's not going to be too good because it's too spread out, and also these spiky points, these aren't going to last very long when it's crashing into walls and all. So we're going to fold those in like this. See this point where this line and this line intersect, that's going to be one point we're folding on. This point where this line and this line intersect, this is going to be another point on our line of folding. So you want to just fold on a line that goes between those 2 points. Make sure this doesn't bunch up down here. Like so. And this little extra point, it's going to go underneath there so it's not sticking out. And we're going to do that with all 8 points all around the circle. So I'll just do that right now. Make sure that doesn't bunch up. Go to that point. And push these in as far as you can, otherwise this little pocket down here is going to be too far away to hold the points in very well. And slip them in like that from the side. And move this up so you can see the whole piece. And Now we are finally done with our Frisbee, and I just realized this is a little bit inverted here. I would have preferred to have the colors on this side because this is the top, but if you want to do it this way you can. If you want to do it the other way, just reverse all the folds that I told you and it'll be fine. This still looks pretty nice. Alright, thanks for watching and enjoy your Frisbees.